Yikes, our fridge door just fell off. I just went to open it and it came away at the top. The whole door comes off. I heard something drop and fortunately caught it. Don't know whether it's important, but it's a little metal pin. On closer inspection there's one at the bottom there, each side, and at the top here, but this one has broken straight off. So you need to investigate how that happened and what I can do about it. So to get at that, looks like I need to take this touch panel off, and there are a couple of screws up under here, so I'll start by taking those out. So with those screws removed, these plates slide across and will drop down and come out. So we can take those out from both sides, drop down and come out. Then we have two plastic pins here. Get those out. Gotta love a plastic pin. And if you get your thumbs up under here, pull apart and lift slightly, and the whole lot comes out. Once it's out, the way it's held in makes a whole lot more sense. You've got a clip there which goes around the edge of this metal piece here, and you've got a clip up there which goes over the top. So to get it out, you've got to push this one sideways and this one up, so that you're doing that kind of motion with two fingers. How about that? Two fingers up there to both lift it up and pull it forward, and pull it this bit to the side, and then it will come off. So we can see that when this control panel is removed, the villain of the piece is this metal bracket that runs across the top of the fridge, and it's held in here with 4 screws, 4 bolts, and they are Torx T15s. Now it's tight. Obviously I could take the fridge out. It's held in with 6 screws through the frame and into the compartment here, but I reckon if you get a right angled driver and have small hands and small arms, you can get round the back there and you can get a ratchet and you can ratchet those out like so. A little bit tight in there, but these are coming out. So 4 of those to remove, and we can get this whole metal plate out. These are them, Torx T15s. Be very careful, because it is quite possible that you could lose them down the outside of the frame, so be very careful getting the last couple of turns out. Take them out with your fingers and keep hold of them. Then with all 4 of those screws removed, this plate is then free to come out. There are some cables running across the top, but there we are. It is now out, and we can get to the hole where the offending pin fell out of. The unmistakable telltale signs of glue, some kind of clear epoxy by the look of it. I'm not the first person to come in here to fix this. The previous owner of the van must have caused the door to fall off, and I've just fallen foul of their half a job of fixing it. So yeah, one of the problems when buying a second-hand van, I guess, they don't necessarily tell you honestly all of the problems that they've had, and we found a few with this van, but yeah, glued the pin back in. So pressing the pin back in with a vice is straightforward, and that just presses it back into the hole, and it doesn't feel like it's going to be very firm, so I wonder if I can in effect rivet it back into place. So what I'm going to try and do is using a fine centre punch, just punch next to this and see if I can crimp the pin in a little bit harder. Figure it can't do any harm. Not terribly elegant, but that seems to have pinched the top in a bit, and the pin is certainly feels firm. How firm it actually is remains to be seen, but let's refit it and see if the door stays on. Refitting, obviously the reverse of taking it off. The screws go in through the outermost. There are actually 4 screw holes here, but those torque screws that I took out go into the outermost of these of each pair, and make sure, obviously, that you don't trap the cables underneath. And then the contortions start to get the screws in. As always, it's fiddly, but if you can get the screw started with your fingers, then you can get the Torx driver on it once it's sort of roughly in place, and finish it off. Takes patience though. And with that firmly screwed back into place, we can clip the front cover back in, reversing the previous manoeuvre. And there we are. Now we have these plates to slide back into place. There's 2 of those, one each side. A couple of pins to hold it in place, and a couple of screws necessary to stop these falling out. So I'll just do that. So to get the door back in, you can simply place it over the bottom locating pin, but then there's a retaining catch here that needs to be slid aside, and to do that you take this off, and once that's done, it will then slide and let the pin locate. So take this piece off first. So then, with this plastic piece out of the way, you can then guide the hinge in, and it will locate on the hinge pin. And then this piece, its job really is just to keep that in place. So that goes over the top of the little slidey bit in there, and then the door can no longer come loose. And I believe that is about it. So I declare the fridge door, at least temporarily, repaired.